So obviously the season is now done, as we know. We're heading into the World Cup, and I was sitting there thinking, I was probably thinking about, right, who's going to win the Ballon d'Or? I don't know. Like it seems to be up for debate, and it seems to be up for grabs. I would say for this 2026 Ballon d'Or, I genuinely believe the World Cup is going to play a bigger part than the Champions League itself. Obviously, if the winner of the World Cup happens to be a Champions League winner, which I believe it will be, then yeah, of course, I feel like that player that I'm thinking of, will definitely be the kind of front runner. But I'll be honest, it's you can look at this in two ways, right? You can look at this and say it's a good thing that we have so many different types of players that we can potentially look at and say, hey, this guy could win it, that guy can win it. There's no standout, there's not a Lionel Messi, like even forget even Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. There's not even like a Kaká where you're just like, this guy has just been completely outstanding. Even last season with Dembele winning it, as much as he almost deserved to win it because PSG won the Champions League, and obviously the ruling and all of that kind of stuff in terms of why and how you can win it and etc., right? Like that's all a lot different than what it used to be. So I get it. There's, I guess, more. I feel like there's even more of a chance for like a loophole almost in terms of getting a certain player to potentially win it, kind of thing. But that's neither here nor there at the end of the day. I just think that last season, I still thought Dembele should have won it because I felt that there would have been way too much if Lamine Yamal would have won it, because I almost felt like as much as I think you were the better player, I feel like other things have to come into consideration. And I feel like maybe Dembele just picked it because he was so vital in his team winning that Champions League. So fair enough kind of thing. Whereas had Lamine Yamal won it, I wouldn't be complaining too tough as a Barcelona fan, but at the same time, I would have been like, okay. I mean, the man did win the Champions League. He has been integral to his team winning that, plus the other trophies. Lamine Yamal, as much as he was integral up until a certain point, so it was like fine margins at that point, right? So it was one of those. It was only going to be those two, to be honest with you. I didn't feel like anybody else should have deserved to have won, the Champions League. Whereas this season, or the Ballon d'Or, should I say? Whereas this season, I'm looking at it and I am a little bit like, I don't actually know. Like I really like this season for me has just been a poor season overall in terms of just quality. So first and foremost, I am looking at the quality. I don't care what position, by the way. I'm not position biased. It could be a defender, it could be a midfielder. It really doesn't matter. I probably enjoy midfielders a lot more actually than strikers, because I don't really feel like strikers are that good these days. But I am trying to look at it and I'm trying to take everything into consideration. I'm trying to kind of think to myself, okay, maybe this guy, but okay, I have to, and I know this is an individual award. I totally understand that. But when you're talking about this level, we're talking about Ballon d'Or kind of level, right? So first of all, the player's got to be a world class player. Like I just feel like if I don't feel like you're world class, then I don't know how I'm going to put you into them kind of conversations, right? But also, it's gonna come down to what have you actually won this season? Just you as a player, but also did your team win anything? So if your team won nothing, I'm not going to necessarily put you in. Oh yeah, well he had a great individual. I get it. You had a great individual season. I totally understand that. Did it amount to anything? Not really. So then I'm gonna be like, and I understand it's an individual award, but within their criteria, I'm pretty sure accolades, team accolades will come into that, kind of thing. So yeah, so there are players I'm thinking of, but at the same time, I am a little bit like, I don't really know. I really, really don't know. So obviously, I was looking here at the power rankings in itself because I did want to see, okay, who have they got as like a top 10, right? So this is obviously the power rankings. I think this is from I want to say it's from 30th of May. So it's fairly accurate from the time of this video that I'm recording it on the 1st of June, right? So in 10th place, they've got Erling Haaland this season. Obviously won the League Cup, won the FA Cup, got 38 goals, 52 appearances, 9 assists in all competitions. That's a really good record. And this is what I'm saying. If you saw that, you're like, "Ooh, well, that's got to put you potentially higher," right? But I felt like in the league, not really. And to be honest, performance-wise, As weird as it sounds, I know he scored a lot of goals, but performance-wise, I'm not. I wasn't that convinced. But with Haaland, you almost don't care because I just need him to score goals, right? But in terms of your performances, nah, I'm not going to put you in my top three anyway. Luis Diaz, obviously 26 goals, 23 assists, a really, really good season. Won 2 trophies this season as well. Was really good for Bayern Munich. After that move from Liverpool, we didn't really know how it was going to kind of go for him, blah, blah, blah. But he's had a really good season, really, really good season. Declan Rice, obviously Premier League winner, finalist in the Champions League. He's had a good season. He's had a good season. I mean, 11 assists is actually pretty good. I didn't actually know it was that high, but he's had a good season. He's had a really, really good season by his own standards. Probably his best season in football. I do think he's a bit overrated, more so by the English fans and Arsenal fans, but I don't think he's on the level yet consistently anyway of the other players that we're going to obviously mention. But nonetheless, he has had a good season. For example, we can see Kylian Mbappe, and just before I talk about him, I wouldn't mind if you said, okay, well, I'd have Declan Rice over Kylian Mbappe this season, as in terms of overall kind of performance and output, this season. I wouldn't mind that as much as the Kylian Mbappe probably have scored 42 goals. I don't think he's been that good this season, which is weird to say because he's just all about, he's like Haaland, they're just all about goals. But again, I feel like your performances have amounted to nothing for the actual season in itself. You've scored goals and it's just been you're just blowing into air, if I'm being totally honest with you. Vitinha, probably I'm gonna put him as the best midfielder in world football. Central midfielder, best midfielder in world football. But Pedri's my guy. But I'm going to put Vitinha there for the time being. Again, Liga winner, Champions League winner. He's had, again, another kind of flawless season, if I'm being totally honest with you. Even the fact that, the level that he's maintained, I think what he's done, and I know a lot of people talk about Joao Neves, and again, we'll talk about him later, but a lot of people have almost forgotten that the level that he's on now, it's at such a high level. Do I think he's gone past that level? No. I think he's at the exact same level he was last season. He's just maintaining, but we're so used to it. When you're used to something, you almost forget, bloody hell, this is actually a really high level that he's operating at. So when people are starting to put other midfielders and other people ahead of him, I'm like, just cool down a second. They've not even reached his level yet. And they haven't even maintained that level. He's kept his level from last season, has not changed, has not gotten any worse, hasn't gotten any better. That's the level that he's at. Top midfielder. One of my favorite midfielders to watch. They've got Michael Elise in fifth. Again, brilliant season. 31 assists is absolutely mental. 22 goals. Same trophies as Luis Diaz. This is the best season he's ever had in football. I don't care what no one says. It's been absolutely brilliant. Going to the World Cup, of course, this summer. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. In third, they've got Kvaratskhelia. He's been a weird one. It's been a weird one. Obviously, won the Champions League. I believe he was the Champions League's best player. I think he got voted for that. In the Champions League, he was probably the best player. Very, very clutch player. Do I think his overall performances? I've watched him a few times in League this season. I wouldn't. It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. Because these guys don't always play so much. It kind of leaves it open for debate. Do I think it's been better than Lamine Yamal? No. I would still have Lamine Yamal ahead of him. I think Lamine Yamal been brilliant this season. Obviously, won a title this season. I think it's just his overall performances this season have been really, really good. He just like Vitinha, they've almost just maintained the level. If anything, he may have even potentially have gone higher, but I'll leave it at he's maintained his level of where he's at as a footballer at this current moment in time. I don't think he's gotten any better necessarily. He's definitely not gotten worse. Do you know what I mean? He's definitely at minimum stayed there. Harry Kane, absolutely ridiculous season. From Harry Kane, 61 goals it's mad. It's actually mad. He'd be a close winner. And then obviously Ousmane Dembele, they've got here number one. Throughout a season, I'm not 100% convinced. Like throughout a season. But from January onwards, or really from the knockout stages onwards in the Champions League, he has been good. He has actually been really good. So if he won it again, I don't know. I really, really, really don't know. I think what's going to happen, like I said before, is the World Cup is going to play a massive part of that. The winner of the World Cup, which I still believe is going to be, there's going to be a Champions League winner within that, unless do Spain have a Champions League winner? Fabian Ruiz. I was just probably trying to think, but he's not really up for the running, right? I just think that it's going to come down to that. It's really, really going to come down to that because I just think that because no one has really been like, I can't think of one person who's been that outstanding. Like, I almost feel like they're going to, if France win the World Cup, they're going to just have to give it to Ousmane Dembele almost. You know what I mean? It's just going to be one of those kind of things. Even if he probably won't even have that good of a tournament. I don't know, but I don't feel like he would even have that good of a tournament. And I feel like other players might even outshine him in the tournament. But because he won it, you almost like, well, he's got this and he's got this. He got voted the best player in France. Whether you agree or not, he got voted the best player in France in Ligue 1. He then won the Champions League again, back to back, scored in the final. Like, this guy is sure. I mean, he's a baller, as we already know, but it's going to be difficult to fight against it because then now you're asking, all right, well, what did this person do? What did that like? I don't know. Like, I would love Lamine Yamal to win it. I would absolutely love. I would also love Vitinha to win it as well because I feel like we got to appreciate other positions a lot more. I wish more defenders were of a higher quality level because I just want to appreciate other players. Vitinha winning it, I would love that. That would be for the football purists, in my personal opinion. When you think about this is a player that nobody in the entire world can have anything negative to say about this guy. He is an ultimate footballer. He is an ultimate elite level footballer. You can't say anything against that. Portugal have a very, very good chance in winning the World Cup with that midfield. Got Ronaldo up front. You never know. You never ever know, right? So I do think that that World Cup is going to really, really make people think, should such and such win it? Should this guy win it? And blah blah blah. I'm going to give you 5 players. I think my 5 players that I think could potentially go on to win it. It's no particular order whatsoever. It's just 5 players that I believe could potentially win, the Ballon d'Or. Obviously, it's probably going to change after the World Cup. If one of these guys has like a banging World Cup, maybe there's a player who's 5th or 6th that I'm kind of, maybe he's jumped to the front of the queue. I don't know. You guys kind of let me know. Obviously, first up is Dembele. Like I said, I don't even think he's been all that this season, but I'm sorry, back-to-back Champions Leagues, played a massive part in both of them. You know what I mean? Ligue 1's best player. Again, whether you agree or don't agree, I'm just telling you how people are going to think, kind of thing. He hasn't been dead this season. I think people are making it seem like he's been absolutely rubbish. No, he has not been rubbish this season. He's not been his scintillating best. Now, when we're talking about maintaining levels, do I think he's maintained the level? No. I think he maybe has dropped a tad this season, whether it be injuries, not really playing that much, etc. So that I can give people, but he's still operating at a high level. He's not operating at like some level you're just thinking, oh my god, you're just, it's like Ronaldo and Messi, where you're just like, oh, you're still here. Like, we're only giving you this because of sentiment in itself. No, he is operating at a really, really high level anyway. So yeah, he's not my front runner, so to speak, but I'm not going to sit here and act like it would be a shock if he were to obviously win it. Harry Kane, as I mentioned before, 61 goals. I mean, if England get to that semi-final/final of the World Cup, I'm definitely looking at him. Whether I don't know how important he's going to be in regards to that. For all I know, he might not score any goals. Do you know what I mean? So it could be a null point at this point. But I mean, the season he's had it's been incredible, man. It's been absolutely incredible. So I am looking at Harry Kane as someone. But I feel like he has to win the World Cup. Unfortunately, I know it sounds mad, and it's not just easy. Comes around once every freaking 4 years, so it's not an easy thing to do. But I feel like to increase his chances of winning that Ballon d'Or because he's missed out on that Champions League, didn't get to the finals, and lost out to the eventual winners. You're gonna need to win that World Cup, bro. You're gonna need to get to the final at least and be probably top goal scorer at that point, which I almost feel like is quite a lot of legwork, for him to do, kind of thing. Vitinha, again, I could have put Joao Neves in here if we're just purely basing it on this season. The only reason why I didn't, and Joao Neves is probably like 5th in terms of, or 6th, should I say, sorry, in terms of my thinking. It's just purely that he's just operating at the same level. Like, I couldn't not put him in here. And to me, he's the best midfielder in the world over the last 2 seasons. And as much as I love Pedri, and Pedri is my favorite, he has been the best. Like, there's been nobody I feel that's been better than him. He's just operating at this. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, as much as I want Spain to win the World Cup, oh man, if he wins it, he has to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm sorry, he had like I will campaign for this guy to win the Ballon d'Or because I know he'll be integral alongside Joao Neves, who has had an absolutely magnificent season. But I think he's literally operating. I feel like last season Vitinha was ahead of Joao Neves, not massively, just a little bit. Now this season, Joao Neves has maybe caught up in terms of the level that they're operating at. So Vitinha stayed where he's at, which was at a really high level. Joao Neves this season has really showed everybody, oh, I can compete with the guys too. So you can put him in here. I'm not gonna be mad. But Vitinha, he gotta stay. He gotta stay. Lamine Yamal, he's got to be there because he just got to be there. Like he's won trophies this season. He's bagged bag amount of goals. He's bagged bare assists this season. He's wowed everybody with his displays. There's an argument to say he is the actual best player in the world. Forget awards. Just if we had to pick the number one player in world football, people would probably go lean towards more of a Lamine Yamal, where his talent and his ability is undeniable, and nobody can question that, regardless of his stats and his number, which I hate, by the way, the fact that we are so stats oriented, but he's got the stats anyway. They've all got the stats in some way, shape, or form in terms of relative to their position. They've all got the stats, so it doesn't even matter, you know, at this kind of point. Listen, Lamine Yamal is, I don't know. Like I say, if Spain are going to win it, he's going to play a massive part of that. That I do know. So let's wait and see. And then Michael Elise, man. I would have had Kvaratskhelia because obviously he did win the Champions League Player of the Season, but I think Elise has been better than him this season. And I think he's been actually really close to the level of Lamine Yamal, if not they're both in terms of this season, not as a player overall. Lamine Yamal's a better player. In terms of this season, because remember, they're only doing it by the season. In terms of this season, I feel like they've both operated at the exact same kind of level. It looks different, cool, but I feel like they've operated at the same level. You could go either or. And I think, again, World Cup is going to play a massive, massive part in terms of who's going to win it. Does he start? If he does start, how well does he play in the tournament? Does he have a better tournament than some of the other players? Does that propel him even further? All things that I think are going to play, kind of a massive part. But let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys kind of see it. Do you think how important do you think the World Cup is going to play in terms of its part, in terms of the Ballon d'Or ranking, and how you guys are seeing it? How are you guys even seeing it? Let me know right now your top 5 in the comment section. I really want to know, who are your top 5 Ballon d'Or players, and who's obviously number 1. I'd love to see how people are kind of ranking him, because I do think it's looking real interesting. Real interesting. But I'll catch you guys soon. Anyway, make sure you guys stay locked in to the next video. Same energy. Stay blessed. I'll catch you guys soon.